A few minutes to 10 p.m. Thank you for joining. I had some technical issues. Thankfully, my husband has fixed it. So we are back on, and I'm happy that we are back on right now. So I was talking about the fact that my goal is to check out how to move from being paid to actually having a legacy money bank, more like building wealth for a long haul, right? Because at the end of the day, what are we working for? What is all the stress about? And that's why we were talking about this thing that is very, very, very important to me. And I'm going to be sharing both my idea of what we could do to build income. If you're 40 and above, like myself as well, this will be a very good discussion. So stay close, don't log off until we are done. And please, like we do it, come into the stream. Let me know where you're watching from, and also interact as we go. Give me your ideas as we go. I'm going to read them out like I do as we go, okay? So how do we build long-term wealth and legacy? This is one of the questions I have asked myself a lot recently, and I thought that we could discuss it, right? So every day I keep imagining that in the next 10 years max, I wouldn't have to be bootstrapping this business. That is my Logos Audibles ghostwriting business and publishing, and other businesses I'm doing, my real estate business. I don't have to directly be in them for them to scale, for them to keep running, right? Because the goal is to build something transgenerational. So I'm imagining in 10 years time, and we are chilling, more like really chilling, right? Taking our naturally flavored zobo, which is called hibiscus tea, right? Or just a favorite drink in a location that we really love, right? I mean, it will be fun, it will be fulfilling, because at the end of all of this, what is the goal? Apart from the fact that the goal of life really is to serve God with everything that we do, and to go back to Him and say, this is the report, this is what we have done with the life and the breath and the beauty and the people and everything you gave us, right? So why doing that? The dream is really to be financially free, get to a point where you buy things without having to look at the label. The cost doesn't have to determine whether you buy it or not, Abby. So that's a dream. That's my dream, at least, and that's what I want to share with us tonight. It's totally achievable. If you think that it's totally achievable, let me know in the comment section by saying yes, it's totally achievable to achieve financial freedom right now, especially with the way the world is, with technological advancement, with all of the learning, with a lot of information, right? Is it possible that we can scale what we are doing, make it easier, and really retire? I'm talking about the next 10 years. In the next 10 years, I'll be 54. For you, it might be even earlier or later. Either way, our time frames can vary when we want to actually. And retire doesn't mean that we will no longer be working, but it means that we are no longer working to earn income before we can eat or before we can pay bills, right? So let me know what that feels for you. What is the goal? Some people have taken certain kind of careers and try to climb to the highest top, the highest of that career ladder, and then get it to the very top, and then look down and discover that, oh my God, was it worth it? Right? So it's very scary to think about it, especially when you get to 40, like I am, in my 40s. You begin to wonder, like, okay, this ladder I'm climbing, is it sustainable? Is it really what I want? Does it give me the peace and the profits and the tranquility that it requires? There's also another part where, okay, you can decide to take a career path that pays a lot of money, but might be sucking your soul, right? Where you are, where you're like, you're working for the devil in that sense. So we always have options on the table to choose. What is it that we want with our lives, really? What is that we want to, knowing that this life is not ours. God is going to ask us to give account someday. And everything that we do, everything that we say is recorded. Yes, these are facts. I mean, read the book of Revelations and you see what I'm trying to say. So first of all, I'm going to say, let's learn. One of the things I do, what I'm going to share, is how to create passive income. See, guys, that's even why I'm on YouTube. Because at the end, not like that's why I'm on YouTube in that sense. I mean, I've been on YouTube for 7 years, not on this channel really. This channel is my third channel. I keep saying it. I've been on YouTube for 7 years. 2017 when I started, I didn't even think that YouTube equals money, like you can actually get paid and all of that. So it was all passion. But what I mean is that I chose the platform because it's somewhere I want to put my thoughts, and my children and my children and other people in their generation can still come and meet it. I mean, what comes to my mind always is one of my mentors in that sense, Dr. Miles Monroe of glorious memory. I remember meeting him first in 2012 when he came to Nigeria, on the invite of Lani Sokore, my then boss. And then he gave me some of those, us now, not just me, because we were in his protocol team, as it were, for a youth conference he came to speak at. And he gave us some tips about what we shouldn't do, life things, like the things like the kind of food we should eat and all of that. But looking back, I'm like, today, that guy is still being listened to. Millions of people still listen to that guy because he took time to build what I call passive income, because his videos are still here on YouTube. His materials are there. Thankfully, his children are also holding up the lamp on his behalf. And it doesn't feel like the guy is gone in that sense. You know what I mean? And I have several other people like that who took time to think, what becomes of me when I'm not here? What becomes of my legacy when I'm not here, right? So I think that one of them is to write a book. If you're listening to me and you have never written a book, and for God's sake, there are a lot of people who I meet who are not even planning to write a book, or who have not written a book, I think you should rethink about it. Not because I'm a ghostwriter and I'm an editor, but because I know how much a book that is well written, not just well written, but well marketed, and the message is tied to your purpose and the legacy you want to leave, can give you. The leverage it can give you now that you're here, and the leverage it's to give to you and those around you much later when you're no longer here, because none of us is going to be here in the next 100 years, right? Okay, yeah. So that's a fact. So write a book that people can read, and then they can think, they can share in your thoughts. They can use your thoughts to think about their generation, like, okay, his thoughts at that time and my thoughts now, is there anything I can get from him even though he's not here? Because that's most of the books you're reading in school and everywhere are dead people's books. Yes, dead people. I have to be that morbid. So yes, what are we here to do if we are not coming to make impact? Write a book if you want passive income. And passive income is that income that comes without you actively being there. You don't have to, it's not like somebody paid you money to do stuff and you have to finish doing it before you get paid. No, this is work you have done upfront, that you can be sleeping, you can be traveling, you can be elsewhere, you can be enjoying family, and you are getting paid. I talked about YouTube. YouTube is one way to create that kind of passive income, right? And also writing a book. Write a book, write an ebook for a start, for instance, put it on Amazon, put it on Seller, and maybe at $5 or something, and imagine if you sell 10 every day. And in the next, say, in a few months, you make millions from that same ebook you have written or you have toiled over on it once. And the third one I want to talk about is real estate. Real estate, because I have done an extensive long video on this. I'm going to link it in the comment section after this live stream. Real estate investment is something that a lot of us think of and think that, oh my gosh, it's not for people like me. And Aneken, I'm sorry, your language is, I really don't understand your language. Oh gosh, please let me know if you can speak a little bit of English. I'll be able to call it out and get what you're saying. Octavia, welcome to the live stream. Hello from here as well. All right, so real estate investment is another one. Please, if you're joining the live stream, let me know where you're watching from and what excited you about this topic, and of course contribute. That way we can build a community. Like this video as well and share to someone to join us right here as we talk, and also subscribe to this channel if you really like my face and what I'm saying, right? Yeah, so I know that in the US, when it comes to real estate, you can actually invest in real estate through funds, through investment trust, I mean. Yeah, so it's easier. For just all you need is some knowledge. I think that what holds a lot of people back when it comes to investment general is the fact that they remove themselves from the scheme of things. They tell themselves like, nah, I don't have enough money to begin to talk to investors or talk to investment managers. I don't have enough money. I'm just barely trying to pay bills. So they don't even bother to get information to know whether there are even low-hanging fruits for them to start with. If you're in Nigeria, for instance, to start real estate is very easy. There are companies who do land banking where you can buy off certain kind of lands more affordably, and then over a couple of days, years or so, you can resell them. The same company can also help you resell, and you're making like maybe 10 times the money you used to buy it. That way you can invest that money into actual development or into buying more, whatever it is. And recently I talked about in a video, which I'm also going to link here later, about how that even the actual development, like my husband develops, I mean, we have a real estate company, two or more people, up to 30 people can own one building. Yes, you can join the resources together with other investors and develop a building, rent it out for business, and anytime you make profit, is shared between 30 people. Like literally, I don't mean houses that you have to live in. I mean houses that can bring, I mean, why will you invest with people if the building is not going to make you money, right? We're talking investments here. So we're not talking about real estate that you go live. I mean, if it's not paying you and you're not doing business out of that house you built, it's not really an asset in that sense. I don't think a lot of people realize this very early. If you build your own house and live in it, just living in it, it's not really an asset in that sense. Call of Duty movement, welcome to the live stream. I see you. Thank you. This is Christmas time. Subscribe. Thank you so much for subscribing. So let's talk about a little bit about this real estate stuff. How does it work in your country, like where you are? Do you think that a lot of people are missing out from making money from real estate because they are thinking that they don't have enough income? Because that's my observation here. And sometimes when you ask the right questions, you might discover that even your monthly salary, saving from there could get you into a lot of wealth, using real estate in that sense. You can partner with other people to co-invest and, in land or property and all that. And if you want me to do another live stream focused on real estate, I will even invite my husband, we could talk about it the more. We are talking about how to create passive income, right? We've talked about YouTube, we talked about writing a book that can sell, not just any kind of book, and also really investing in real estate. Another thing I want to talk about that it looks like everybody's doing it, but no, it's not true. Maybe some people are doing it, but that doesn't mean everybody's doing it. It's creating digital products. The truth is that when it comes to the things that work for you, sometimes we begin to think that every other person knows this thing that I know. That's the irony. No, but it's not true. Do you wonder why some people come to you for specific things all the time? And these are things that come to you naturally. You do it for free. You don't think that it's something you should sell. Have you wondered why do people come to you for those things? Things as simple, like me, because I'm a writer, I think that writing is simple. So people come to you for simply just write a paragraph of something. How to, you wonder that, okay, it's easy. Why can't they do it? You've not discovered that if they could do it that easily, they won't come to you. And you would realize that because it comes to you easily, is your $1 million cash out talent that God has given you. And that's the kind of skill you should actually make into a business and an institution to help people and help yourself make money, right? So digital products can be in form of templates, in form of guides, or online courses or ebooks. It can even be webinars. Like the way I'm doing this live stream, I can decide to do a live stream like this for specific people, then download it and delete it from YouTube and repackage it into a webinar, right? So there are various ways and there are platforms everywhere that you can use to sell them. The thing I find that is a disconnect most of the time with a lot of people is learning to market. Marketing and sales is something that a lot of people struggle with, and that's because we think that is rocket science, but it's not really. I had same issues trying to market. I found it very, very hard to market and tell about what I did some years ago, to tell what I do. But I had to learn. See, until you learn marketing, you wouldn't know the amount of money you're leaving on the table. And see, I dare anybody challenge this. Nobody gets rich by doing just one business or any one income and not marketing what they are doing. Nobody can get rich without marketing what they are good at or what their product is, or just depending on one income stream. Nobody that is wealthy has one business or just have one income stream, and that is a fact, right? Imagine if you create an online course, a simple mini course that goes for $27, which is about, or $20, which is about maybe 36,000 naira in naira, and then you sell to 50 people at first. That's 1.8 million naira, right? And you resell it again. And then imagine if you make it evergreen, like you don't have to launch it, it's always selling all year round. You use ads, Facebook, maybe Google ads, YouTube ads to sell it. You'll be making money. You'll be getting a lot for a course you have already created that you don't need to create anymore, right? Helping people paying you and still telling you thank you very much. I talk about this all the time on my video, how that clients will pay me and send me gifts from their own country to Nigeria to tell me thank you for the work I have done for them, which they paid me for, right? So if you're not doing any of this, you're holding yourself back, really. And I need you to know that you can do much more going into 2025, which is why this live stream is here. 30 days to the end of the year. We have been doing this from the 2nd of December. The goal is to get to a point where we are sure of our finances. We can learn the skills and the tips we need to get going, right? Yeah, YouTube real estate is great. Writing a book that will leave your legacy, and I dare say books, because there are a lot of things, there are different perspectives to you. Books on your expertise or about who you are in a way that can help the next person. Write those books, come 2025 and above. Look at real estate as well. Go find out what it takes. Create digital products, and there's so many more, but these are the 4 that I want to restrict it to. Now, let's go to the other part. How can you create legacy with storytelling? That's another thing I want us to take time to discuss. Now, legacy is not just about, you're making money, you left some money for your children, for your grandchildren. It's about leaving something much more meaningful, because even with your money can be squandered in just a few months or years, but what is more meaningful than leaving a part of yourself behind? Now let's dig into this. Now imagine Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, who is a novelist, a writer. Right now, you know that she doesn't just write books. It started like she's an author. That's what she became popular with. But you know that right now she is shaping global conversations on gender. No matter how you don't like her views or you like it, Chimamanda has become a force when it comes to conversations that border on gender, on choices and all of that. So it started with her burying her thoughts through her books, and today she has become a full institution. She has several doctoral degrees conferred on her. She has, as it were, everything working for her career-wise, right? Now, she also coaches upcoming writers and all that, which is big on legacy. Those are the kind of things you can use to make your mark. And see, we have seen it all the time. In case you haven't noticed, no matter how much money we also make, when we don't do things that are legacy boosting, things that are helping the next generation, things that are helping the less privileged, we will not still find fulfillment in the money we have made. Truly, that's how the world is. So even though we're talking about how to build, wealth that lasts has to do with us giving of ourselves, telling our story, documenting our story, actively helping other people who are yet to come up to where we have reached in life, and totally living the life that we love. At the end of the day, that's what really matters, right? Now, it's your turn. Let's talk about this. What is your skill that you want to use to leverage to create passive income and to create a legacy that really, really counts, right? Now, if you are a writer like myself, using your writing skills to help other people tell their stories is fantastic. You can start a mentorship program. You can start a workshop series, that to help people tell their stories, or to help other people as well tell their stories. You can charge a fee for these things. You can also decide to make it free if you don't need the money, really. You can decide to make it free and make it, impactful, So why not? Why not? See, a lot of people are not happy because they are living just for themselves. This is a call out for you to take life more seriously. There's something called in NLP, cause and effect. Learn to be a causative, what do you call it now? Like, be the person who is making things happen, who is causing things to happen. Not just the person that things are happening to, who is in the effect of what other people are doing, in that sense. Now that takes me forward to the next part, which is the third point: how we can stay resilient with all of this chaos in the world, with all of the changing world. How do we stay resilient and successful in all of this? Because life is very unpredictable, really. In fact, we just even don't know what will happen in the next hour, right? So how do we, in fact, the pandemic came and it looks like it has gone, and we seem to have moved on, but have we really moved on? Those kind of events are a pointer to how fast the world can change, right? Now, when you're talking about building wealth, you should think about wealth that will also be able to be resilient, that will stand for you no matter how the world is swinging, right? And number one thing I think we need to talk about is how to diversify our income streams. We talked about this a bit yesterday, but I think that not putting all our eggs in one basket is not a bad idea. It's a good idea, actually, so that, like myself, I'm a ghostwriter, I'm a publisher, I'm an editor. In case publishing is slowing down, I might just get gigs to write for people. If ghostwriting is slowing down, editing for people might be picking up. You get what I mean? So those are my income streams, and if you notice, they are all in the same industry, right? And that doesn't mean you cannot do other industries, but I mean, even for that thing you're doing, you can create massive wealth. Another thing I think we need to talk about to stay resilient is that we can't ignore trends and want to succeed. No. For like right now, artificial intelligence is such a buzzword, right? Welcome to the live stream, Sarah Blows Gamer Girl. Okay, you're asking what? Crafter Jack, welcome to the live stream. You nailed the real estate aspect. Crafter Jack can guide anyone through from start to finish for high RIO. Thank you for talking about what you do. Yes. So if you're interested in real estate, Crafter Jack can help advise you. And I'm happy that there's somebody here to even talk about that. Okay. Now, AI is a buzzword right now, but instead of being scared, I talked to one of my colleagues who is also an editor, and she was telling me how she hasn't looked at any of this ChatGPT stuff, how she doesn't want anything to adulterate her creativity and all that. And I was looking at her like, really? If only you know what we are missing, right? So don't be scared about technology or about trends in general. Hop into them. In fact, be one of the early hoppings, if there's anything like that. Because tools like ChatGPT is insane, positively insane, and must say so, right? They help you be more productive. They help you save time. They help you save your life, right? So why would you be wasting time brainstorming or finding an outline for something you could actually just do in less than a minute? You want to take 3 days to think through it. We are far past that world. The world does not exist anymore. So you're living in a world under the stone by yourself. It's like somebody being in the midst of abundance and is still in lack. It's like being in the midst of an ocean, but there's soap leather in your eye, and you're struggling to use your cup of water to try to clean your eyes. Meanwhile, all you could do is just to dip your head down and there's water all over. You decide to stay aloof. Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. So if you want to be resilient, be one of the first people to hop into whatever is trending. Every day I learn about one other AI tool. Yesterday I learned about the AI tool I can use to make my animations finally talk. Like, it was such a breakthrough for me, right? And it took me just watching a video right here on YouTube. Some people don't want to learn about new things. I remember I was also guilty of that when the Bitcoin saga started, cryptocurrency. I was just like, oh my God, what? I don't think that's real, you know. So today I would have been super ultra wealthy from cryptocurrency. But anyway, it's not late to start. I've started. Right. Another thing to do to be resilient among every kind of season is to build a financial safety net, what I call emergency fund. I dealt detailedly with how to create your emergency fund in another video. I'm going to link it in the comment section as well when this stream is done. I'm going to link it in the description box and in the comment section so they can go look it up. But it just means that you need to save up whatever you're earning today monthly, make that times 6, that income times 6. You need to save it up without touching it, somewhere that you won't need to touch it except there's an emergency. It becomes your safety net. That is one way I think you should actually start the investment. Start with having your emergency fund in place. Remember, we are not just building for today, you're preparing for weather. So weather any storm, for any kind of weather that comes your way. Because here is the truth: building wealth and legacy doesn't happen overnight. That's why we're talking about this. So we can see where to start tonight, tomorrow, to start building wealth. Because it's like planting a tree. You plant the seed today, you're not going to see anything happening on that ground for till the next weeks. Then you begin to see it sprouting, and before it becomes an actual tree, years must pass, not just months. Years must pass, right? So the earlier you start planting your financial freedom, the better. This is just the beginning of the journey. But if you're somebody who has been on this path already, like you're a pro, you have your income in place, drop in the comments section and also educate us on how you went about it. And I'll be so excited to learn, because guys, we are here for each other. We should be here for each other, actually. So teach us in the comment section how you went about it and how you are faring. I know some people are becoming even almost retired in their 20s, because how to make money these days is so democratized that it looks so simple and insane that a lot of people are still dodging it like maybe a scam. But people are making a hell of money, from AI, from cryptocurrency, from content. Do you know how many billionaires that content creation and YouTube is making? Like, for instance, cryptocurrency is another one. Like, people in their 20s are getting to the point where people who are even trying to retire at 60 have not gotten to even 10% of it in wealth. So if you're ready to build your future and leave your mark, drop your currency sign of your country in the comment section. Let me know where you're watching from. And I'm going to go into the next live stream, which I'm inviting you to join. But before then, subscribe to this channel, share this live video with someone, and join me in my next live video where we're going to talk in depth about artificial intelligence and all of those productivity that you are missing out, and where we are going to share all about it. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next live stream right about now. Okay, catch ya. Bye.